AI has been the subject of a bit of controversy lately. From training algorithms with stolen art, or just replacing our jobs. AI is in a bit of a sticky spot, but can AI replace my content? Hi, I'm Andy, and I use my industry experience to help creators be more professional in their content, strategy, and brand deals. Can AI dish out advice as good as mine? Today we'll be using a website called Copy AI, a premium service primarily for copywriting on social media and blogs. To put this theory to the test, before we begin, make sure you subscribed, watch to the end of the video, and leave a like if you enjoy it. Okay, now we are in Copy AI. We're gonna use their blog post wizard. What we're looking for is how to be a successful content creator. We'll throw in keywords like strategy, better content, growing your audience, get more sponsorships and brand deals, networking, and collaboration. And I think a friendly tone is fine for this. Let's generate that outline. These are the headings generated based off of the keywords I gave it. Pay attention to analytics metrics, looks good. Make a schedule, that's also good. What's the point of your content? Very good. Actually, all of these headings are pretty much on the money for what I want this AI to try to write. So let's see how it actually turns out. So we have bullet points on like how to use analytics to measure your performance. We made a few tweaks to the talking points and got rid of some duplicate information. So now let's generate the content. Okay, here is the post that has been generated. Let's see if this AI will put me out of a job. Okay, introduction. As a content creator, your job is to take the world around you, capture it on camera, and share it with the internet. You have to be observant, curious, and creative. You also need to be organized and focused while staying true to yourself. Very vague and generic, but not bad. Not bad yet. We'll see what happens next. So first, pay attention to analytics and metrics. After you publish a piece of content, it's important to monitor the analytics. This is especially true on social media platforms where metrics such as likes, comments, and shares can help you determine how well your content is performing. Think about what metrics are most important to your brand and its goals. For example, if you're trying to build an engaged audience on social media, then likes are more meaningful than comments or shares since they indicate that people are actually reading the pieces of content in their feeds rather than simply scrolling past them. That is wrong. Comments and shares are generally a lot more meaningful than simple likes. And then look at different time intervals for each platform that you post to. If someone only clicks like when something appears in their feed within 24 hours but doesn't ever engage with older posts, even those months old, this means there's nothing wrong with the quality or relevance of your most recent work. Instead, it's just because they don't spend enough time on Facebook throughout their day to see everything that comes out from brands they follow. This is actually kind of a good point. Other than the fact that they're using Facebook as their example, content generally does perform best within its first 24 hours. And while it is definitely a good sign if viewers check out your older content, a lot of viewers only look at what's most recent or in their subscription feed. So as for analytics and metrics, this actually isn't a bad point. The first 24 hours are typically the most important, but this would apply more to things like TikTok and Instagram where it's very much a scrolling feed based, rather than YouTube where it's far more encouraged to go to somebody's channel and just binge watch their content. So far, one very incorrect point and another point that's incomplete but not bad. Make a schedule or calendar for posting and promoting your content. It's all about the schedule. Your social media posting, your promotional patterns, and even the content you create should be on a calendar. Why? Because you can't expect to always be successful without having a plan in place. You need to know what you're going to do so that it gets done. And if you don't have a plan, nothing will get done. Okay, this first paragraph is really vague. Schedules are important for social media, but this doesn't really tell you why. All it says is that the most important part of having a schedule is that you have a schedule. It kind of alludes that having a plan allows you to get more done, but you can get stuff done if you don't have a specific plan. But I digress. That's why it's important to make sure that whatever calendars and schedules work for your lifestyle are in place before starting any new project or venture. For example, if someone has an office job where they aren't able to post on Facebook while at work, then they might want their friends or loved ones who don't work at an office with them, as well as the businesses who want more exposure from them, if those are their goals, would benefit from knowing when exactly during each day, week, month, these people will be available for posting updates about themselves via social media platforms like Twitter or Instagram or whatever platform. That's unintelligible. That is a run-on sentence. It makes no sense. I think the idea is that if you have a 9 to 5, you should probably post when you're not working so that you can engage with those posts, or your audience should know that you have a job and can't engage with you while you're working. But that makes no sense and has nothing to do with making a schedule for posting or promoting your content. So far, 2 bad points, 1 mediocre point, and 1 okay point. Speaking of points, what's the point of your content? The next step is to determine the point of your content. What does it accomplish? How does it help your audience, you, and the brands you work with? First and foremost, you want to consider the goals that you have set for yourself as a creator. What are they, and how will this content help them come to fruition? Is there an end goal in mind? A product launch, conference appearance, conference attendance, rate increase? Or do you just want to get more views on your channel or blog post so that people know who you are out there in the world? Some of the execution of this is a little weird, like saying like, oh, product launch, conference appearance, stuff like that. Like those are not normal goals for most creators. But the idea of understanding what your goal is as a creator and figuring out how your content will allow you to reach that goal is something really important to think about that most creators never, ever consider. Good point. Secondarily, but just as importantly, think about how this specific piece of content will further those goals. Does it make someone laugh so hard that they're compelled to share their laughter with others on social media? Does it explain something complex in simple terms so its readers can easily understand new concepts without having any background knowledge on them beforehand? And finally, most importantly, does it affect anything outside of itself, like sales numbers or other metrics from which companies could see an ROI from working with creators like us? This is also quite good. Again, a little unnatural in some of the execution, but the idea of also thinking about how your content will affect your viewers is really, really important. In my Get Sponsored and other marketing/content related videos, I want the end result of someone watching my content to be a better understanding of some topic, educational or otherwise. So this is also a really good point. Again, unnatural execution, but a really good point. Maintain high creative quality both in photos and captions. In order to be a successful content creator, you must maintain high creative quality. This means that your photos are unique, engaging, and relatable. To make sure your photos are unique, take different angles of the same thing if applicable in order to mix up angles and perspectives. Don't just take one photo from the same angle. Use filters on your image if you want to be more stylized or colorful. But don't go overboard with them because then everyone will know you used filters. Remember that filters exist so that people won't think that every photo is taken through Instagram's lens filter, which makes everything look like a 1980s glamour shot where everything has been made dusty pink for no reason at all except to maybe cocaine use. Just kidding. I don't think anyone uses this filter anymore. We're moving past it now into today's world where everything looks washed out because we don't have enough electricity left over after paying our bills to power our televisions during primetime hours, while simultaneously editing all those extra hours away, making sure no one sees us online unless they're looking specifically for us, and even then, probably not. Copy AI, are you okay? That paragraph was like entirely, almost unintelligible nonsense. Like, don't make it look like you're using a filter, otherwise they'll think you're cocaine. Huh? And everything looks washed out because there's not enough electricity? Copy AI? Huh? After such a strong showing with what's the point of your content? Huh? But all things considered, considering like different angles to mix up your content, like I use a back angle and a front angle for my cameras. That's a pretty decent point. Like in this retention curve fueled world, different camera angles and unique shots for your content, changing the scene, whatever, that does help with retention and engagement. However, I do think quality is a little overrated. If you don't have good ideas, quality won't fix it. A poop sandwich grilled to perfection is still a poop sandwich. You gotta improve the sandwich before you improve how you cook the sandwich. Okay, next, get to know your audience. This step is most important. Knowing your audience not only helps you create better content, but it also helps you to grow as an online content creator. Once you've decided on a topic for your channel, think about who might be interested in that topic. If you make videos about cooking, then think about who watches cooking videos and what their interests are. Do they like to travel? Are they interested in food or travel photography? Are they new cooks who want to learn how to make easy dishes? You can also use your analytics from YouTube to get a better idea of who watches your content and what kind of people watch it. Age range, gender. This will give you more insight into what kind of videos might appeal to them so that when it comes time for choosing topics for future videos or deciding which ones were successful and which ones weren't, it'll be easier because now instead of just guessing based on personal opinion, we have actual data. Another way people often get an understanding of their audience is by asking questions directly through comment sections on social media sites like Facebook live posts where viewers can ask questions while watching live streams too. Kind of weird there's a quotation mark right here. It looks like this might have researched somebody's actual quote for this sentence, which is, that's morally interesting. We may never know what it's quoting from, but this is definitely derived from someone's actual quote if there's a random quotation mark. That's suspicious, copy AI. However, this paragraph is actually full of really good points. Just because you want to make videos about a certain topic doesn't mean that viewers want to watch those videos. So if you do want to make cooking videos, figure out some sort of spin that would make it interesting to your desired viewer base. So in this case of like making it more specific about like international dishes and travel, or maybe learning how to make easy dishes, those are both good niches within the niche that'll make you stand out a little bit more. Also, using your analytics to understand who watches your content from a demographic metric level, that also gives you great insights about who you should be optimizing your content for, or where you might need to do better to reach your desired audience. If your desired audience is like Gen Z and you're mostly hitting like millennials and young Gen X, then you need to change something. Also, asking questions and using live streams, those are also really good points. So after Copy AI's cry for help in that last paragraph, this paragraph was really solid. Surprisingly, stay organized. As a content creator, you're going to be a part of many different social media accounts. You should try to stay on top of those as much as possible and keep your emails organized so that you can respond quickly and effectively. There are many apps out there that help people stay organized by organizing everything in one place. They also give reminders when things need to be done. Aside from telling you simply that you must be organized, this is kind of nothing advice. I think it is a good idea to try to funnel all of your communications as a creator to like one particular area. Like I have a separate email account that I post publicly for creator related communications. And I do use apps like Notion and Google Calendar to stay organized. But this is really surface level advice and just saying that you should be organized. It doesn't tell you how to be organized. 1 point for Andy, no points for AI here. Find collaborators who have similar content and goals. Finding collaborators who have similar goals and content is vital for success. You need to find people who want to do the same thing as you, but with an audience that's different from yours. To do this, search for people on social media or in YouTube comments who are asking questions related to your niche. If they're interested in what you offer, and if they have a large enough following, you'll be able to provide value by answering their questions and providing information on your content pages. This is decent advice, but there's one little red flag in there, and that's focusing on whether they have a large enough following. One of the perks of collaborations is getting to share audiences with a creator who's a similar size as you and helping you both grow together. But if you're optimizing for audience growth, you're not optimizing for quality content. In a perfect world, you should collaborate with anyone who would improve your content, regardless of size. Like if someone had a really good Ocarina collaboration idea and they had like 10 subscribers, I would hear them out. But the point is collaborations are a great way to improve your content, but people often get so focused on the result of audience growth that they forget to make a good content and have good ideas in their collaboration. Just because a collaboration happens doesn't mean it's a good use of that collaboration. Focus on making good content when you work with other creators, and the result of growing your audience will follow. If you stay organized and focused while staying true to yourself, you can grow as a content creator. Okay, this is a short one. To be a successful content creator, you have to stay true to yourself. You also want to be organized and focused. Here's how. Stay true to yourself. Be organized and focused. Find collaborators who have similar goals and aesthetics and stay in touch with them. Maintain high creative quality in your work and stick with your own style or niche. The way to stay true to yourself is to stay true to yourself. What? That paragraph was kinda bad, but now let's move on to the conclusion. In the end, it's all about staying true to yourself and knowing what you're good at. You don't need to do every single thing in your business perfectly all the time. Just make sure you're doing what makes sense for you and your audience. When creating content, use analytics to help guide how much time or money should go into each one. This will keep you from wasting resources on things that won't work well for your audience or brand identity. And it'll help you spend more time focusing on what really matters. Telling great stories. A little bit unintelligible, but it really stuck the landing. Ideally, all the systems and professionalism that you use as a creator should serve the ultimate goal of helping you be a better creator. You take sponsorships so you have the money to spend more time pursuing your creative goals, or to build out a team to really scale your content outward. You use systems to get organized so you can be more efficient in the time you spend making content. And you do collaborations because they could help improve your content. AI had a lot of unintelligible garbage, but it also had a lot of really impressive writing as advice for creators. I'm not getting replaced anytime soon, but AI is getting scarily close to catching up. In fact, the utility for AI might be that if you have ideas, it can help you write them out a little bit faster than writing them all out by hand. I got Copy AI in the first place back when I had my last job to help write blog posts faster. Obviously, I had to feed it a lot of specific information, but it came out with really solid results that only needed a little bit of editing. As it stands for writing, AI is a great tool to help get a lot of the work done, but for it to work effectively, you both need to have your ideas well organized in the beginning and be willing to make a lot of tweaks to the end result. So AI is not replacing me anytime soon, but I think it's a useful tool. If you want to read what the AI wrote, I will be publishing it on my website, andycormier.blog. If you want actual advice on how to be a better, more professional content creator, watch my playlist on that exact topic. Otherwise, I'd love to know what you think about this whole AI thing. Some of what I wrote was scarily good advice, but it's nowhere near being ready to take over the world. In any case, thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment your thoughts below, make sure you subscribed, watch that video next, and I'll see you next time. Happy creating.